one of the most problematic words ever to blight the human condition. Trust me when I say I have sampled a lot of languages, and a lot of words conveyed therein. None of them make me cringe nearly as much. And yet, here we are. Duncan MacLeod, a man rocked by an unprecedented truth. Mine and Connor's. Guilt, yes, I have felt it. Twofold even. One, for the tremendous deception that I played a chief role in carrying out, and two, for accidentally revealing it on the eve of Dear Joe's retirement party. For the record, I rarely experience an accident. It hasn't been long since Duncan and Connor were faced with the relentless threat posed by Jacob Kell. Despite the laws of the Watchers, Joe and I attempted our due diligence in warning Duncan, and, in true fashion, he listened to his own gut rather than my pragmatism. In any case, we were faced with a terrible foe in Kell, one that would not be easily beaten and not without much collateral damage. There had to be another way. The fact of the matter was, Kell was far too strong for either Connor or Duncan to beat in the traditional manner. Therefore, more creative measures were called for. Connor was to confront Duncan, engage him in battle, and ensure that Duncan emerged the victor. This was not to be Connor's end, however. Utilizing the powers of Nakano, we fabricated a scenario in which Duncan took Connor's head, and with it, his quickening.
And hoped Mac had never noticed the difference.
It was Connor's theory, and I suspected as well, that the previously untapped power from Garrick might aid in simulating the transcendent power of a true quickening. We also had hope that Duncan's grief and state of mind might also serve to distract from anything amiss. Hopefully, he would then have the passion and the strength needed to best Kell, and it worked. All the centuries of hardship and training, his difficulties learning of his new life through Connor's guidance, it was all brought to bear as he seemingly absorbed his cousin's essence into himself. And with it all, Duncan killed Jacob Kell. Connor hated this plan, as much as Duncan would. But he eventually saw its need. I suppose, even after all this time, he still has a small bit of fragile trust in me. It seems much of my later years have been consumed with self-loathing. Duncan may have claimed victory, but he was far from unscathed, scarred in horrific ways. The part I played in this deception has been difficult to banish from my mind, although it wouldn't have been the first time I meddled for the greater good. After all, there was that small instance when I escaped a confrontation with the Kurgan by setting him and Connor on a collision course. Joe took that truth in stride.
The Kurgan?
But regardless of my methods, our objective had been achieved. And now it's time. Time to fess up and face Duncan's very predictable wrath. I deserve it. It was mostly my dastardly plan. I risked friends and what few unburned bridges I had left. Mea culpa. And I would do it all again.